Are you interested in fashion? Do you like to wear nice and trendy clothes? I believe a lot of us do. Because people do judge you by your appearances. They may not know you, but they will certainly define you by the types of clothing you wear. For this reason, fashion has become a very important part of our lives. Personally, I love shopping. Whenever I enter a clothing store, I get lost in the endless rows of tops, jackets, dresses, and pants. And there's almost so many things that I'm on a shopping high. So speaking of fashion, there's still different types of stores. For example, let's compare a top from store A, which is a fashion shop, and one from store B, which is not. So the one bought from store A costs $3, whereas one costs $25 if you buy it from store B. Now, do you see the difference? And right now, you might start thinking, wait a minute, you're telling me that the exact same top that feels the same and looks the exact same costs $22 more. For that difference, you could buy 8 more crop tops instead of just one. So seriously, how do fast fashion shops carry out all the production process, transportation, operations, and advertisement in such a cheap amount of money? The answer is, they can't. There's a phrase saying that behind a successful person, there is a wasteful process of hard work, but no one ever sees it, and they only see the results. Well, it's really quite similar, because we only see the trendy and cheap clothes, but behind it, there are countless environmental costs that we don't occasionally care for, to be honest, because fast fashion isn't free. Someone, somewhere, is paying the price for it. Now, let's clarify what fast fashion means before we get all started. Fast fashion is the umbrella term used to describe the accelerated process of turning new design ideas from the catwalk into clothes onto the retail floor. So that is what fast fashion is. Now, for example, a fast fashion brand could take around only 14 to 21 days to convert an idea to its inception to its sales as a final product. So that is extremely fast, because a simple project that you might have had at school or work usually costs around 3 weeks to a month to complete this simple task. But this store do all the blueprinting, designing, and making in simply just 2 weeks. Now, this ability to create new trends instantly combined with savvy marketing campaigns has enabled fast fashion stores to quickly turn around their stores, redefine their latest looks, and change their hype about their latest look and a new line of clothing. So these fast fashion stores introduce new clothes almost weekly, and this tempts us consumers to buy the newest products while making older items seem more irrelevant faster. So this overconsumption has high environmental consequences on the supply side of the equation, because most clothing now is made of a product material called polyester, and it is a petroleum-based fiber that requires large amounts of fossil fuels for manufacturing. So in the 1980s, polyester and cotton, they were used the same amount. 20 years later, in the 2000s, cotton was still playing the same role as polyester, and even a bit more. But now statistics of 2020 suggest that cotton stayed at 25 million metric tons of oil per year, which is a lot. But polyester rose up to 100 million metric tons per year. Just let that sink in for a bit. And now, this is a huge problem for us and the planet because polyester is also a non-biodegradable product. Again, it is a petroleum-based fiber, and it requires large amounts of fossil fuels for manufacturing. It can take anywhere from 20 to 200 years to decompose. Moreover, it is one of the leading causes to plastic in the oceans. Now, you might start thinking that, well, I guess I'll just buy cotton shirts. But cotton may be a better choice. But one single cotton shirt that you're wearing right now costs 2,700 liters of water to make. 2,700 for a single small shirt. That's about all the water you'll drink in 2 years, even 2.5 years. But the greatest problem by far is the waste that fast fashion produces. The average American sends 41 pounds of waste to landfill each year. And this happens because fast fashion stores tend to advertise and produce new products almost weekly, and they tempt us to buy them. So consequently, we throw out all our old clothes and buy new ones. Garbage waste is already a huge, huge, huge problem for our planet because of the fashion industry. The amount of the waste increasing fast, really, really fast. And the fast fashion industry is now the 8th most polluting industry in the world. In terms of greenhouse gas emissions, it is responsible for 92 million tons, or 4% of the world's annual solid waste. So this cannot possibly go on. How do you feel knowing that the new top you bought wasted 2,700 liters of water, or the pants you have on will take 200 years to decompose? Do you sleep better at night knowing these facts? No, I don't think any of you think so. So we cannot afford to disregard or dismiss the details that brought that new top or those hot pants into existence. We have a responsibility as this generation for the planet. So we have to protect it, and if possible, without sacrificing our sense of style. So what should we do? Can we be fashionable and ethical at the same time? So let's just think how we wear and shop for clothes. The first and easiest thing is to just buy less clothing in the first place. Before you buy, ask why you buy. Do I really need this? Do I just want this? Are they going to make me happier than the one I already have on right now? Or are they going to make me regret the choice that I bought it? So always ask yourself why before you buy. And the next thing you can do is to just wear your clothes for longer. That is so simple because just by wearing your clothes for 9 months longer, you can reduce your carbon footprint by that garment by 30%. You don't have to toss your clothes away because the colors aren't in there anyway. You can accessorize it, which is really fun, like tie-dyeing it. But if you still feel like shopping, you can go to a thrift store. It is a lot of fun. It is almost like treasure hunting. And when you buy a pre-owned piece of clothing, you reduce the carbon emissions by almost 500,000 cars. Because us humans are almost dependent on cars, and we can't really live without them. But by simply just wearing this piece of clothing for 9 months longer, you can help reduce this by a lot. And finally, If you still want to have something new, choose to shop from eco-friendly companies. Some of the most ethical and sustainable clothing shops in Vancouver include Obaki, Charlie & Lee, and Chloe Angus Designs. And there are a lot of others too. So I highly encourage you to be more aware of how your clothing got to you. Because once you become knowledgeable and passionate about the clothes you wear, it's going to change you. And it's also going to change us and our planet. Because global warming and climate change isn't in the distant future. It is here and it is now. Because every action and inaction either contributes to it or reduces its impact. Now, in New York City, there is a clock that says exactly how long there is until our planet gets destroyed. Again, this might be one of those other misinterpretations or hoaxes. But what if there's a chance? What if the world does end? We only have 7 years left. We should do something that we wouldn't regret doing. So play your part. As consumers, we have so much power to just change this world by thinking about what we buy. So buy less and wear it for longer. And choose to shop from thrift stores or eco-friendly companies. What we wear defines us. We can be ethical and fashionable at the same time. Thank you.